I had the privilege of working for this massive brand, right? The Franklin Covey company. And I think in our organization, we made the fatal mistake that a lot of companies did, which was using our language versus the client's language. And so one of the successes that I think triumphed with was really teaching our company how to speak the language that our clients use, right? We might have used the word productivity when they called it leadership. They might have called it retention and we called it engagement. So we really fundamentally changed all the language on our websites, our emails, our brochures, our programs, our webcasts to really understand what is the problem our clients are facing. Because we were often a solution chasing a problem, but not clients didn't always speak like we did. We were wonky intellectual leadership consultants when people had much more simple problems. So we spent a lot of time understanding the exact circumstance that people were in. What is the problem? What words do they use to describe it? Why is it a problem? And move out of our own arrogant, Eric, mindset around we invented the term, so you'll call it the way we call it. And a lot of times we will be missing clients in the dark because we were messaging the wrong thing to the right solution. So we became obsessed with what did the customer call it? What is their pain point? What words do they use? And I tell you, the closer we got to the client situation, the client circumstance, the more we started to win deals. I think it took us, Eric, to check our ego, right? Is to realize that yes, we're right. Yes, it should be called this. Yes, pedagogy of leadership or productivity should refer to it this way. But the more we checked our ego and really stood the circumstance clients were in and spoke their language, sales exponentiated. Trying to fit them in our world, we had to fit in their world. It's what Donald Miller talks about. If the client can't see themselves in your journey, they're not going to do business with you. You have to fit into the client's journey. You have to fit in their world, into their language. And I think that's a triumph that Franklin Covey overcame after decades of making people fit into our world.
So, because it took a while, I'm assuming it wasn't easy. It wasn't a walk in the park. What was hard about doing that?
It was a fundamental culture shift. I mean, here's how it happened. As the chief marketing officer, the company had hired a new marketing director over a set of leadership solutions, like leadership training. And I brought her into the team one day. She actually didn't report to my team. It was like a cross-functional person. She was competent. It was misaligned. And we were getting ready to launch a whole new product worldwide, right? Franklin Covey is a global public company. And I brought her to the meeting and was teaching her the value proposition. She would stop and by the way, she was a very competent marketing person and she would say, "Now, what is that word you're using?" And I would say, and she says, "I've never even heard that word before. What does that mean?" And so it was an internal new hire that really pushed on me because even I had become so steeped in the language of this company. Even I didn't know when I was speaking like this code talk. So it was hard. I had to change the way I spoke about our solution so that I was the model, right? Dr. Covey said, be a light, not a judge, be a model, not a critic. So I had to change my vocabulary, my behaviors. I had to change my examples. And then once the rest of the team saw Scott do it, then everybody else started to do it because the leader is the model. But it was very difficult to overcome people's deeply inculcated belief systems. I'll use the word again, pedagogy, which is a strange word, but we were an intellectual property company. So we had an academic view of things. And so it took a wholesale re-educating all of us to say, hey, listen, we may think we're using the right terms and the right language, the right marketing messaging, but it's not resonating with clients. We got to get out there. We got to get out of our office and go meet with clients and really figure out what are the words and the terms and the problems that they're using. And we need to fundamentally reorient our market approach. It required us to check our egos. It required us to not be right, but do what was right for the clients, right for sales, right for the pipeline. And I think when people realized that oftentimes we were there to be right as opposed to get it right, that was our problem. And we changed our paradigm. I don't want to be right. I just want to get it right. I want to actually hit the corner, ring the bell, and serve the client. That the stock price go up. That's when things fundamentally changed. There was that mindset shift from being right to doing right.
And when you did this, and you said it took time, when you did it over time, there was a significant impact to having the right terms of art, the right
Yeah,
message?
sure. Certainly. And stock went from $12 to $52. I think we onboarded sales staff more effectively. We resonated with clients, referred us in. Listen, the company was always a very robust company. Just the market was changing, the buyer was changing, the demographic was changing. Quite frankly, we were a Utah company that was masquerading as a global company, right? We had a big footprint. Franklin Covey's brain was always much bigger than its revenues. This was a $200 million company, right? At the time. And so I think we had to check our ego on a lot of things and listen to our clients. It sounds so cliche and so simple. It's the first chapter of Marketing Mess is it's the client stupid. I think so few of us are really client focused when most of us talk about, oh yeah, the client comes first. Really? Look at your processes and your systems. Look at the number of times in meetings you talk about your clients versus you talk about your strategy and your website and your examples. The best companies in the world have something in common. They truly are fiercely obsessed with their clients and everything is oriented toward their success.